Ciao, ciao. What's up, guys? So now this is, I think, the last video of the day, and as you can see, this is more based on politics of Kenya, and you understand why I've said democracy is a fucking lie, especially in Kenya, especially everywhere. What the fuck do you mean the citizen of a certain state or a certain country, maybe, or a certain county, let's say Nairobi County, is only limited with 2 options or 3 options? And the options have to be in bed with the high class. And when the high class are the people who control the system. So is that democracy? And then the people are being lied to. Wow, I'm going to fight for you. And then the people are like, oh yes, he's going to fight one for me. And then the guys are like, I will fight for you and I'll be there for you. And the people of Kenya will be proud and la la la. And this guy will be be ousted and he will be getting out of power because of me. And then the people are like, yes, finally, we have someone who's going to talk for us and who's going to actually, make policies for us. And then me, I'm there in the middle. I'm like, bruh, what the fuck is this? What is that? What is that? What is that? Honestly, what is that? Because one, as I said, that notion was there a really long time ago. It started not 5 years ago. Ilianza kitambo. Ilianza enzi za Moi. Sijui mi nitakuwa na nyinyi, oh blah blah blah. And don't even try and say Kibaki was a good president. As much as he tried to bring some form of development, financial development and infrastructure development to our country in Kenya, of which I do respect him for that. But one, he was the main guy who brought the 2007, 2008 election violence. If he didn't swear himself in office at around 6 p.m., niggas wouldn't have died, women wouldn't have been raped, people wouldn't have been torched, If he was, swallowed his pride and allowed, Rao to enter as president, of which I don't even care about this shit, in the first place, we wouldn't have been there. But who knows anyways. Such kind of things, you're like, who knows what will have happened. But the point I'm trying to pass across is, when you're in a position and someone or a candidate says, this candidate is bad, when you know fully well that candidate was in that same party not so long ago, you like, bruh, how daft are you, man? Like, how stupid are you to think that the policies that were there will change? They might change to a slight extent, maybe to favor some, and maybe it will be favoring you wherever you are. But you have to think, it's not as if it's only going to be there for you. It's going to be there for someone else. He has to feed some other people, because one, politics is just a game and there are lots of money and resources that is needed to fund a fucking political run for fucking political, candidate. For this instance, let's say Mtukama Rigiji. What's so different with Rigiji and Ruto? I mean, he was in that government, and you'll say, he was impeached because he wasn't playing the game, because he was being honest. Fine, he might have been honest. But you also have to bring into the fact that maybe there was a deal that went sour. You never know. Maybe Ruto is really, really bad and really evil, and Rigiji couldn't stand that. Yes, it's fine, but when you reach a certain level in politics, that high, deputy president, president level, you really have to have done some fucking disgusting shit to your name. You really have to. That's the fucking price. So I don't understand why people will try and see and view Rigiji and his co as fucking saints. Those are not fucking saints. No one is, even myself. I'm not a fucking saint. But I'll be here and tell people, those fucking people are fucking dickheads. All of them. And they will be there only for themselves, and they will try and sell your life for a certain period of time. Let's say they get into power. They will sell that life. They'll give you what you want for a certain period of time. But it will reach a certain moment where things will just go like poof. And then you'll be like, no, bro. Like in this politics game, the people are the women, and the politicians are like used. No, we are like used condom, brother. You know, to now we are being used. I don't know if you are the condom or the women, whatever it might be. We are just being victims here. And when I say we, not me, you. Mimi sijai vote because I know that shit is stupid. Voting is stupid. Standing in line at 5 a.m. to vote for a fucking dickhead who I don't give a fuck about because he doesn't give a fuck about me. And he's going to lie to you, I'm going to build infrastructure. Sometimes you never know. Maybe in the next 10 years, 20 years, I'll be a politician and this life, or the things I'm saying here, will be showcased publicly. But I don't believe so. Like, bro, even when I go into politics, I'm going to say this. Yes, I'll be there for the people, but one, also, I'll be there for myself. I'm trying to make a name for myself, you know? So please, this nonsense that is going around at it, he's there for us and he's going to protect us. Are you fucking mad? Are you fucking stupid? But anyways, people will lie on the bed they made. I don't know how that saying fucking goes, but watu watajipanga. If you'll go into debt for another fucking 20 years, who gives a fuck? If you'll be drafted into a fucking world war, who gives a fuck? You know? Mimi nimeboeka na hizi maneno ya politics za Kenya, people being dragged into it and thinking they know everything. You don't know nothing. If you pick a side, you're fucked. And it's no way at democracy that you only have two choices. I thought democracy means anyone from any background can actually stand and become a politician and win it. But no, you cannot make it. Why? Because you don't have the financial run. That's it. So that's not politics. You have to know people. You have to lie in bed with some people. And that can mean figuratively or literally. Maybe you had to have some relationship with some, evil people in order to get some backing. You have to favor the banks. You have to favor BlackRock. So is it democracy? Is it? It isn't democracy. It's all a fucking lie. And you're a fucking weasel to believe it's a fucking democracy. You are a fucking weasel. You. Not me. You. If you believe it's a fucking democracy. So that's the fucking end of this fucking video. So please, if you're trying to vote, try and go and get the least popular guy. Yeah. He won't expect it, and he will try and live up to that expectation, These people voted for me, so I have to live up to that expectation. But this guy slept with Sijui who, and Sijui he has to, give BlackRock this money and Freemason. He doesn't give a fuck where you are. He doesn't give a fuck if you live in South Sea. He doesn't give a fuck if you live in Kakamega. He doesn't give a fuck if you live in Karen. He's only there for them. And I say them, the deep state. And when I say the deep state, I don't give a fuck about a tribe. It's the people who run the system. And when I say run the system, and I say the people who run the system economically all over the world, he's only there for them. That's it. That's my ending. And wherever you are, think about it. Ciao, ciao.